Welcome to 5-Minute Fridays. Today's question is, how does player development or how can player development help high school athletics? I am a big believer that player development can help high school programs. Check out this video right here to hear more about that. But I was a high school coach before I got into player development, and I didn't realize as a high school coach, I was doing player development things. I got into sports and coaching to impact the lives of others. And so there were things we wanted to do that I realized we were doing, connecting our players with alumni, different things like that. There are a lot of coaches who are watching this, a lot of high school coaches, athletic directors, supporters, whatever it may be, who are like, I want to create a different experience for my athletes. I talked about it in the first Welcome to 5-Minute Friday videos. Player development is defined as the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programming and initiatives. So you may be sitting there thinking, how can we make this experience greater for our athletes, all of our athletes? Because here's the thing, a lot of people, when we think high school sports, we're thinking about, hey, we need to get this player to the next level. We need to get them a scholarship. And there is nothing wrong with that. I was a recruiting coordinator at Hightower High School, which is my alma mater, and I helped over 50 guys get a college scholarship. That was incredible. One thing I noticed though, that there was a significant number of those players who did not get all the way through. And so you're like, yeah, they had this opportunity, but did they make it for the entire 4 to 6 years, whatever it would be that they were there? But even with helping 50 players sign, we had over 200 players in the program. And even if you combine that 50 that signed, how are we developing every single kid that comes through the door? Now, beyond the field, the three pillars of the player development plan are personal wellness, community impact, and career development. So how are we doing this for every player? Because the number of players that doesn't, we always put up the number of players or the number of players that don't make it to the draft or the number of players who do not get a college scholarship. So what about those players? We always put that up. But what about every single one of your players in your program? There's players in your program, if you're a high school coach, that A, may not want to play at the next level, and B, may not want to go to college. They may want to get into a trade. They may want to do other things. How are you equipping them? And so I believe player development is definitely needed at the high school level because, number one, there are incredible high school coaches at that level, incredible teachers. There's incredible resources that you can have at that level. Matter of fact, check out this podcast about smaller programs and how it can help. You have city officials, you have county officials, you have school district resources, you have state resources through coaching associations. I was a high school coach in Texas. We had THSCA. They had different mentorship and scholarships and things like that. And then the biggest thing you could do in high school, if you want player development, is use your alumni. You've had players that have come through your program and done things. So I believe player development is necessary at the high school level because there is a significant group of players that you can impact that will stay in the community. They will stay in the community. And so if you impact them, it impacts the community, goes from the community to the city, to the state, to so many areas. You create this lineage, this impact from your program. So it definitely can happen at the high school level. If you're a head coach or your athletic director and you need help figuring that out, hey, I got you. We can get a plan. I'm working with a few high schools right now. We can get a plan for you and get it set up. But it can work. It can have success. And I totally believe that player development is necessary at the high school level. It's needed. It would do incredible work. And I'll maybe do a 5-minute Friday on how player development can help at the youth level. But once again, to answer the question, it is a question. How will it benefit? It will benefit high school programs immensely. The players that are there, the players that used to be there, and the players that are coming into your program. Now, this timer is going. I got 38 seconds left, 36 seconds, whatever it may be. If you want to ask a question for 5-Minute Fridays, please click the link in the show notes. And if you love this question or these other questions that I'm going to answer, you got to check out the 100 tips of player development. I have 100 free player development tips that you can download in the show notes. Player development will benefit your high school program. It will benefit in so many ways. And I honestly believe player development also helps with the on-field product. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today. Thank you for checking out. We got to go. 5 minutes.